Everyone checking in on the market. So the bulls showed up today, saved the attempted higher low on the daily at this point. What we are watching for is a clear triple top, and this is more than a triple top. It's actually rejected the price about 6 times in the last 2-3 days, and that range is 284, essentially 284 to 284.17. And we, again, rejected 6 times from that level. So if the bulls break that level and we start to fill the gap on the daily time frame, the gap will fill at 284.92. And if we get that bull break, I will then consider this our new daily higher low. If we do not get that bull break, it's not enough follow through off of this level for me to call it a higher low. So if we get that, as I've been saying in some of these recent videos, in order to change this daily trend, in my opinion, we're not just going to drop down and break this level. We're likely going to form a daily higher low. Then it would require a lower high and then a break of the higher lows in order to change this daily trend. Another scenario is if the bulls show up in a big way tomorrow and the financial sector continues to recover, we will look for the potential that we see continuation to an all-time high. That's certainly still on the table, and how quickly the market and the bulls can forget just that 2 days ago it seemed like things were pretty darn bearish, but not after today's action. So tomorrow's going to be pretty telling. The weekly time frame is still extremely healthy, riding exponential support, a potential little bull flag. IWM all bull as well. Well, I shouldn't say that. IWM was all bull today, but we still have some key resistance to break. If we can get over 168.71, that will be a notable break. There'll be a couple of resistance levels left before the all-time highs, but certainly a much better alternative than if we were to head back down and risk breaking this weekly uptrend. Things are getting tight. If I were a trend line drawer, which I'm not, we would have a real nice tight pattern to be watching. I use the price levels. Visually, I can see what those trend lines would be. I don't need to actually draw them and watch the price react to that. I would rather watch the price react to these price levels. So the weekly time frame here, still in control as long as this higher low holds down at 164.07. QQQ, potential cup and handle pattern is still there. Just the psychology. Again, people could argue that it's not the textbook definition. That's fine. The left side of resistance, consolidation, right side unable to break the left side, healthy little pullback, and then a breakout to all-time highs. That's a possibility. If we break 179.84, daily equilibrium is going to happen. Weekly time frame, all bull for the tech sector and QQQ. VIX with the pullback today, 3 solid days in a row. As I said in yesterday's video, we're going to need a higher low and then a higher high for the bulls to prove that this is for real and to confirm that we have changed the trend on the daily time frame. So it's a daily inside bar. Break of 13.11 is bearish. Break of 14.22 is bullish. And on the weekly chart, if we see a little bit of downside before the end of the week, we're going to reject from all these exponential, I should say, all of these moving averages in general, and that would be notable as well. So still likely to form a higher low compared to 10.17, but there's a lot of space down there without many clear support levels, 13.11, 12.95. XLK on the daily chart, same as QQQ. All that analysis applies. Pretty much the same chart. I don't even really need to pull XLK, not the KKK. I don't need to pull them up on the chart because QQQ is very similar. XLF is a different story. So we had the daily higher low pattern, 27.68. We held it by a penny, and we are looking to see can the bulls break essentially a triple top here as well. So we have been watching a scenario, and I feel like I'm so in tune with what the market is doing relative to the tech sector and the financial sector because I watch them trade all day. But there was a time where the tech sector was clearly the driving force in the S&P 500, and SPY and XLK had very, very similar charts. It's almost like they were the only two that were correlated. We have now seen that shift in the last 2-3 days to the financial sector in SPY. And we have the financial sector with essentially a triple top the last 3 days, 28.01, 28.04, 28.07. It's a daily inside bar. If we get the bull break, we have the little gap to fill. The head and shoulders pattern will still be a potential if we even if we do get that bull break. So it's a very similar pattern to SPY, and it's almost like you can see the shift between which sector is more important to the S&P 500 between these two. And it's also a scenario where today we had the start of the day where the financial sector bulls were holding on strong. The tech sector bears were weak, and we were at the low of the day. We were at the high of the day and the low of the day. So when we are in a standpoint in the trading day, when both of these sectors are going in different directions, we know that SPY is unlikely to see significant moves in either direction because it's essentially a tug of war, and SPY is not going anywhere. Then we had the tech sector turn things around. So the whole morning I'm sitting there saying, all right, is the financial sector going to see weakness and join the tech sector bears and SPY is going to pull back hard? Or is the tech sector going to join the financial sector bulls and see some movement. So then the day turned around and the tech sector did change the trend on the 5-minute time frame. It did break a new high of the day, and then the SPY bulls took off. So it just needs to wait for all of the momentum to be in one direction for the market to really move. And when we don't have that, we have more choppy short-term trading action in SPY. If I were just a sole day trader in SPY and that is all that I did, I would choose not to trade on days when those sectors were trading inverse to each other and doing this tug of war, choppy action kind of game. And I would trade very aggressively and hard when they were both going in the same direction. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.